Hey guys, Maryanne Elliott from 360 Mortgage Solutions. I wanted to jump on today and share with you what you can do with the equity in your property. I have noticed a lot of my clients in the last 1 or 2 years have had a large increase in the value of their current property, and that's left them wondering, what can I do with this equity? So if you want to know the difference between equity and usable equity, make sure you check out one of my past videos where I talk you through how to work out how much equity you have in your property. But for today, let's chat about what you can do once you find out how much equity is in your property. So typically what a bank looks for when they're doing a loan is 20% deposit plus costs. Now, when I say plus costs, I'm talking about all those other little incidentals like stamp duty, land transfer fee, solicitor costs, even building and pest. So depending on the purchase price, the stamp duty will fluctuate and so too will the land transfer fee. But we want to make sure that you have 20% deposit plus those extra costs. Now, the beautiful thing about equity is if you have that equivalent in equity in your current property, you don't actually have to have the cash in your account. You don't have to have that 20% deposit in cash plus costs. What we can do is we can use the equity in your current property as though it's cash and then borrow 100% plus costs against the new property. Now it sounds like you're actually doing 110% loan against the value of the new property. But when you bring in the equity that you have in your current property, it brings it back down to that 80% also. So I guess what I'm trying to say is one of the things you can absolutely look at, depending on how much equity you have, is purchasing your subsequent property. And the thing I absolutely love about that is, for me, and I'm a little bit biased being a mortgage broker, bricks and mortar is a fantastic investment that I love. It's said that year on year, property doesn't necessarily have the trajectory where it will double in value. Over a longer term, you are more likely going to see an increase in that asset. So I love the idea of being able to use your equity to leverage and buy the next property. Potentially it's an investment property so that you have two properties out there in the market growing in value over time. And there may also be, depending on what structure and what your accountant says, there may be some tax benefits for you along the way, depending on the structure. So, your homework. If you've watched this video this far, it means that you're slightly interested in knowing what you could do with your equity. The first thing you need to do is find out how much equity you have, and you also need to work out what your borrowing capacity would look like if you were to buy a subsequent property. If there's not enough equity, you know you need to work on that side. If there's not enough borrowing capacity, you know you need to work on that side. And if there's enough for both, then you can look at, do we want to put in a pre-approval and then start house hunting for the next property. So if you want help with any of those answers, you are more than welcome to book a fee-free appointment with Tara or myself, and we can talk you through your options. We can also talk you through the structure to make it a lot simpler for you and the pros and cons to all the different types of structures. That's it for me today. I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll catch you next time.